Hey guys, welcome to another video. Something interesting happened yesterday. So, Elon Musk and Twitter were supposed to stream Daily Wire's What is a Woman yesterday, and they had an agreement and everything. They had signed a contract that said that Twitter would set up a page, an events page. So, you know how Twitter sets up pages for, let's say, MLB teams, or if there's the World Cup going on, they usually set up a dedicated page for the event. Now, Twitter had agreed to do something similar for What is a Woman's premiere. Now, the film has been out for a while. Daily Wire released it about a year ago. This time, they were trying to release it for free on Twitter. This is the first time anyone would be able to legally watch it for free. And they were going to do this on Twitter to coincide with the first day of Pride Month. They had everything worked out, and then they sent a copy of the movie to the Twitter. I think it's the safety team in Twitter. They sent a copy to them. There's a longer name to it, I'm trying to remember, but it doesn't come to mind. They sent a copy to them to review. They took a look at the movie and they responded saying that they couldn't show this movie. Not just they couldn't show the movie, but they were the movie contained certain parts of it that they deemed hateful speech. And so if the movie was put on Twitter at all, they were going to put a label under the movie that wouldn't allow anybody to share the movie. Even their own followers won't be able to see the movie. So they weren't just not going to partner with the Daily Wire anymore. They were going even further now to throttle the reach of the movie itself. So, of course, it seems like there was some kind of internal negotiation inside before Daily Wire staff came out and tweeted on all their timelines or to all their followers, informing them that this was what was going on with Twitter. Now, the interesting thing about this was that there seemed to be the idea that Twitter is a free speech platform, or Elon Musk has made free speech commitments. And so the Daily Wire should be able to buy that package, the special package in the first place. But even if not the special package, they should be able to post the movie on Twitter and let it disseminate. Now, Twitter is a private platform. Like I think Jordan Peterson expressed. So Twitter has the right to choose what they are going to allow to disseminate on their platform or not. They don't have to promote everything. It's their choice. The challenge though is that Elon Musk has made certain commitments and makes it seem like Twitter is a free speech platform. But this occurrence, now when Elon Musk later got into the picture, not much changed. Right? Now he came to the right conclusion at the end. But not much changed in the beginning. Musk was trying to figure out what was going on, and he wasn't taking a strong stand either way. And if you understand what Twitter is right now, you'll see that this makes sense. So Musk's reaction and Twitter's reaction, Twitter's refusal to disseminate the movie makes sense. But I'll explain that. And for you to understand that, you have to look at two different things. The first thing you have to look at is that Twitter has shown that it's not a free speech platform. So we listen or we take a look at what Twitter has done, not what Twitter has said. If we take a look only at what Twitter has done, Twitter is not a free speech platform. Twitter is a legal speech platform. So let's start with that. So even if you go back and you really look at Elon's argument beyond the use of the word free speech, but the substance of his argument is basically if it's legal, if the First Amendment defends it, it should be said. Now, if you then look at other things that have happened since then, since Elon took over, you see this makes a lot of sense. When the Turkish government came to Twitter and said, we have this specific tweet we want you guys to take down, and these tweets happen to belong to their opposition leaders, they complied. Now, Wikipedia and its founder responded saying that Twitter had a choice. But I think, again, they're misunderstanding who Twitter is. Twitter is not a free speech advocate. Twitter is a legal speech advocate. Now, Twitter too seems to misunderstand that by itself, right? Because they state differently. But really, Twitter is a legal speech advocate. Now, the Wikipedia's founders' criticism is a separate issue because Wikipedia itself, when it comes to political issues, is not very open. Now, Wikipedia has taken a stand against certain governments, fair enough, but within the U.S. itself, it sways left, and its moderators, its editors sway left, vastly sway left, and so they edit content on their pages accordingly. So you can see a clear leftward bias. So Wikipedia may be principled free speech in terms of disobeying other governments, but it's not principled free speech in terms of its own internal structure, right? There's a lot of problems there. Now, but that's a separate issue for another day. In this case, it's clear Twitter is a legal speech, not a free speech platform. Now, let's go to the second thing. Twitter then has a business model. Twitter is trying to make money. Elon Musk's the final decision that they made makes a lot of sense, makes both business and principled sense. Because Elon Musk, again, if we start from the premise that they're a legal speech platform, then even what is a woman should still be allowed on Twitter. The question then is, why was it throttled? Now, one of their safety executives resigned. So it's possible that many people in the safety team did not agree with that line. The line being whatever is legal should be said. Now, and the reason is they need to still appeal to advertisers. Advertisers care about their brand, but don't forget that their brand is not just connected to what the consumer thinks of them. Now they care about what non-consumers think about them. They care about what the international community cares about them, especially larger brands. And it has both social and practical business applications. If they ignore certain parts of the international community, it gets more difficult for them to do business. Now, ideally, we'd want everyone to be principled enough that you can stand for your principles regardless of where you are. But that is just not most human beings. Most human beings tend to do whatever is expedient, whatever is profitable for them at the moment. So it is understandable, or rather, it is foreseeable that advertisers would shy away from anything that is controversial. Now, it's not necessarily anything that is controversial. It's really anything that is controversial and not socially acceptable. Because if there's anything from the left now, the left has the popular opinion. At different times in history, it was the right. When I say the right in this case, I don't really mean left right. I mean religious, more conservative values, traditional values, instead of more social progressive values, right? Or let me say values that are not Judeo-Christian founded would be a better way to put it. These advertisers still have to care about these, and so does Twitter. So what you end up having is Twitter still needs to make money. Elon hired his new CEO, Linda, because she's expected to help them make money. If you look at it from that perspective, then Twitter has to care what the advertisers think because they want the advertisers to spend money on the platform. Now, Elon says he would rather say what he wants to say and lose money, but it's not, I mean, yeah, maybe for him that is true, but that's not applicable to everybody on the platform. For everybody else on the platform, this is how it's going to work. And now, again, looking at what Elon has done and starting from the premise that this is a legal speech platform, not a freedom of speech platform, the compromise then is that, okay, if it's legal, you can say it. But if it's controversial, and if it is controversial left, now that's a very important distinction, right? The controversy looks at what is more popular on the social stratosphere. So if it is controversial and it's not acceptable, because Drag Queen Story Hour, especially for children, is controversial in the US, right? Transgender surgery is controversial in the US. But swaying one way is socially acceptable more so than the other, especially for where these advertisers swim in. So therefore, if you are controversial in an unacceptable way, then you'll be able to speak. So you shouldn't be throttled. Your followers should be able to see what you post, right? So now this is one step above what Twitter did yesterday, which was nobody could share it all. So in this compromise, then you'd still be able to share. Your followers will be able to view. Yesterday, the followers couldn't see what was going on the platform. They couldn't share it. You have to go on Matt Walsh or Daily Wire's page to see it directly. But in this case, you'll be able to see it. If they post it, it will come to your timeline. You'll be able to share it to your own followers as well. The important difference is going to be two things. One, that the even if the algorithm will not promote your post to others that may be interested in it. That's number one. So in that case, Twitter is saying, okay, you have the freedom to say what you want, but we don't agree with you, and we're not going to promote information that we don't agree with. So that's one. The second thing is that advertising will not show on it, and you'll not get ad revenue, right? Or like Elon said, it's going to be ad restricted. Now, these things are basically what Elon ended up doing, and I think their engineering stack right now is not designed for that. So they had to take a couple of hours to do it, and by that time, the momentum behind the movie will also have died as well. So maybe that's also an advantage to somebody in Twitter. There's no evidence for that, but the the it seems like they have to design something new to make that compromise happen, such that you can make the post, your post is shareable, but nobody else is gonna see it. So that's the summary. The summary is that Twitter is a legal speech platform, not a free speech platform. And once you set your expectations there, then it's okay. And I mean, you don't have any surprises. Secondly, Elon is still finding his bearing in that regard. He still thinks it's a free speech platform, but it really isn't. It's just a legal speech platform. And he's kind of still moving Twitter there because that's better than where Twitter was before. But they're still having to move Twitter to to that front. A platform that is going to succeed will have to be a platform that is designed separately, right? A platform that is designed for issues to be discussed on, controversial issues, not like Twitter where Twitter is for everything. And so if any advertisers come on that platform itself, they know for certain that this platform is designed for people to have debates, to have important conversations about important things about life. And for that, stay tuned. I have something on the works. I'll see you guys in the next one.